I'm going to ask you to plant your feet on the floor if you are sitting. And if you're lying down, then just be how you are. Place your hands on your lap, close your eyes, and take a nice deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make sure your shoulders are nice and settled and relaxed. And as we breathe through the nose and out through the mouth, I'm going to encourage you to do a nice big sigh out of the mouth. As loud as you want. Obviously, if you're in public and you don't want to sigh loudly, you can just sigh as you normally do, like that. As you breathe in through your nose, let a nice big sigh go. And this prompts the brain. This prompts the brain into it's time to relax, right? We're telling the brain it's time to relax. Nice big sighs out. And then we're going to imagine that we have some tree roots coming out the bottom of our feet and into the ground. And imagine that the tree roots are coming out and out, winding out from the bottom of our feet, the soles of our feet, and going deep into the ground. And if you're living in a building up high, like I am, I'm on the 3rd floor, I like to imagine that the tree roots are like winding in and out the mortar and the bricks and the plaster and the wood, and they're going down into the building and then down into the foundations and then down into the ground. And I also like to imagine that the tree roots from my body are going down really deep into the ground. You can send them down as far as you like. I personally like to imagine that they're hitting the center of the earth, the core of the earth. And when I imagine that that's happening, I can see in my mind's eye it like plugging in to the core of the earth. And once I've decided that's happened, as I breathe in, I breathe up the earth's energy. So we're going to breathe in and imagine that this beautiful white energy, can be gold, it can be any color you want. Mine's usually whitish gold, coming up the earth, back up your tree roots, back up the ground, the foundations, the bricks and mortar, the wood of the building, back into your body. And they're going all the way up to the top of your head and out the top of your head like a fountain. All the way up and out like a fountain. And as we breathe in, more comes up. And as we breathe out, we pull more out and push more out into the energy around our bodies. And this is aiding in our relaxation. So imagine it's like washing away any tension, any stress, anything that's happened in the last few hours, few minutes, few hours, couple of days, the last week, month, year, couple of years, anything difficult, anything yucky, anything stressful, we're just going to set it aside and imagine that yummy earth energy is washing it away just for the time being. It doesn't need to go away forever. It can come back, but just for the time being, we're just going to let it just wash away for a moment. And then we're going to place both hands in the center of our chests and breathe in and out. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And imagine that you're pulling in that tasty, yummy, grounding earth energy. Can you feel the air coming in through your nose and out through your mouth? What does that feel like? Make a mental note in your head. It feels warm, it feels cool. The sensation of in your nostrils, the sensation of it leaving your mouth. What does that feel like? Make a mental note. What about your hands in your chest? What do your clothes feel like? Do they feel soft and warm? How about when you breathe in, you can feel your chest rise up and sink back down again? Make a mental note of that. And what we're doing with that is we're taking ourselves out of our critical thinking mind and into our physical bodies. And we're also stopping our brains for a moment, because our brains like to go 1,000,000 miles an hour or 1,000,000 miles a minute. And we're just saying enough for a little moment and focusing on the things that are happening in our bodies. Okay, and if you feel like leaving your tree roots in the ground, you can do, or you can call them back up into your body. It's entirely up to yourself. I like to leave mine just kind of hanging out for a while, because I find that the next time I do this exercise, it's like instant. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back into the room. and tell me how you're feeling after that.